What's good, y'all? It's your sis, Moon Magic, aka the Hip Hop Witch, and welcome back to another general tarot reading for the collective. It's very serendipitous that you're here right now, and I want to thank you for being here. And I want you to know that every single time, even though this is a general reading for the collective, when I pull and do these readings for the general population, for the general collective, my intention is always that these readings feel like a personal reading. It feels like a reading just for you and is able to give you the confirmation, the guidance, and that sweet goodness you most need right now to help you anywhere you are in your path. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right into this reading. If you don't know who I am, my name is Moon Magic. I'm a hip hop artist. I'm an MC. I'm an educator, producer, aka the Hip Hop Witch. I am also a professional tarot reader and a touring artist. And today we're going to be talking about all things career, your dreams, your hopes, your ambitions, and some guidance around getting you to where you want to be in your career or just around that aspect in your life in general. A little disclaimer, if you've never had a tarot reading or just in general, tarot reading to me is not a supplement or a substitute for actual therapy. When you are getting a tarot reading, it is very, very important to use your own discernment. It's very important to really think about these things on energetic terms and not on specific material ways of looking at things, since a lot of what a tarot reading is talking about is things in the spiritual realm, the spiritual plane. So as always, use your discernment, use your own intuition, and think of these energies on the larger scale, larger wave of things and how they apply to your personal life and your personal situation. And if it does not resonate for you, do not try and make it resonate for you. And as always, make sure to seek help from a professional if you find yourself in a mental health crisis or a situation or circumstance like that. I also like to start my tarot readings with grounding in. So this is an opportunity for you to ground in to the reading and ground into the energy today before we go ahead and get started. So if you want to join me, you can put one hand over your heart, one hand over your gut area. Now, if you're driving, definitely keep your hands on the wheel, keep your eyes on the road, and just focus on your breath and the road. But if you are not driving, if you are not moving, and you're able to put your hand over your heart and area and just kind of, hold on to yourself, ground into your body, and you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes. And we're just going to take a deep breath in, sit up straight and out. Another deep breath in, making sure that our feet are grounded to the floor and out. Another deep breath in, thanking your guides, my guides, and the divine for this space and sacred container to be able to channel these messages. Deep breath out. And last deep breath in, asking that these messages come in with the right guidance that you most need to hear to affirm where you are on your path right now, no matter where you're at. Deep breath out. Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with this reading for career, for your dreams, for the things that your heart most desires. And I have the camera tilted down here so that you can better see the images, the tarot reading, and the messages that are coming through to be able to use your own discernment and tap into your own tuition. I do not believe that the tarot reader is someone who is above what's going on in the collective energy or the all-seeing, knowing being, but rather this is a conversation between both of our intuitions, both of our spirits, the divine, and like a conversation happening back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and start with what is the general energy that is present in your career dream sphere. So maybe this is a goal you're really working on obtaining. Maybe it's a career that you're already on and that you are fine tuning, or maybe it's even a career you've been on for many, many, many years. But just think about your career, your dreams, the goals you want to accomplish for yourself professionally. It could be an artistic dream. It could be a 9-to-5 corporate job that is something that's very important to you. It could also just be maybe you're not sure what it is and you're looking for a new direction for it. We have Wheel of Fortune here to support. And let's go ahead and pull our advice cards too with these major arcana cards. This is the Hip Hop Tarot deck by Ben Gore. Feeling tongue-tied, man. And back of the deck. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these oracle cards, the Threads of Fate oracle card. And I'm also going to pull it for advice too. So I can get these cards out the way. And as I'm shuffling, I just also want to mention that I do have a Patreon. So if you like these messages and you want to dive deeper with me, please join me over on my Patreon. The link is down below. I do these kind of messages, smaller pulls daily. And there's a free option on the Patreon all the way up to a tier that is only about $25. That includes a tarot reading from me every single month. So I definitely recommend that if you appreciate this type of material, to check in there. It also has unreleased music if you are into the art and music that I do as well. But aside from that, we're going to go ahead and dive into this reading now. All right, so first card that came out was the Empress card, Eve, and we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, which has been coming out a lot lately collectively, which I think just really speaks to this feeling of uncertainty in the collective, or this sense of not knowing necessarily where you are going to end up, feeling like the situations in your life, the aspects in your life could really change at the drop of a dime. Your whole life, your whole world could rearrange. And the factors that may be contributing to this uncertainty may vary for many of us, but the feeling of uncertainty has been an overall energy that has remained in the collective. Now, looking at a career, the way that I see this energy together with the Empress and with this Wheel of Fortune reverse, for those who are in a career that you've been in a very long time, it could be that you might be in a place currently where you do not know where you want to go with this career. You do not know what is next for this career, right? Are you searching for that next promotion? Are you ready to jump to a new career venture? Or what exactly is going on in this career that you've been in for quite some time? There might be this energy of just, not knowing what is next, if it's something you've been doing for a really long time and maybe even gotten really good at. And so there is this sense, this feeling overall right now of stepping back into this more feminine power, stepping back and observing, stepping back and being a little more playful with this play card here, and just kind of looking around and just kind of throwing things out there and seeing what sticks and doing things differently than what you've been doing. If this is a career you've had for a really long time and you're already been actively in this profession for a really long time. Now, for those who are maybe just starting out on your career path or goal or dream, this could be a feeling of maybe not sure if what you're doing is getting you where you want to go. You could be experiencing certain bumps and trials in the road, or just things that are kind of making you question whether you've been thrown off course, or maybe it just hasn't really been exactly what you thought it was. But there's a sense that I'm hearing for those who are, on your career path, what your dream and goal and vision is, and you are very clearly on that path, but maybe there has been road bumps along the way or just some delays. I'm hearing that those delays are a divine delay that is there for you to be able to invite more play in your life, invite more creation, invite more laid back, relaxed receptivity, allowing that flow, that channel to be open, which comes from a place of not knowing where you are going, right? How can new ideas come in? How can something fresh come in if you feel that you already know the path exactly step by step and where it's going to go and where you're going to end up? So there's this sense overall of taking a step back and allowing yourself to get curious, to show up presently in the moment, to have a playful disposition and have fun with it. Now, for those who are not sure what your career is, what your dream is, what your purpose is, what you're working towards, this is a sense of really allowing the things that bring joy to you, allowing the things that make you feel creative, that make you feel in your personal power, that make you feel nourished, really leaning into those things as the guidance of what kind of career, dream, or job role in society is right for you, that's going to help you to feel fulfilled. And this may be something that you are even starting all over again in your life currently, is what I'm hearing. So this is the overall energy for career, for dreams, for that type of thing. I think most of you is what I'm hearing. Most people, you're either been on this career, this path for a while, most of the people watching this video, or it's something that you are in the process of building the ideal career, work, home, life balance for yourself. And it seems like there's a sense of you're not sure if it's going the right direction or going where you want it to go, or it's like you're trying to get the wheels to move, and it's like they're getting stuck a little bit. But there's this sense that it's all happening for divine reason, to have you allow you the space to invite in this play and allow you the space to take time for yourself, to nourish your other needs, maybe nourish other aspects of your life that were not receiving nourishment because you've been so career focused. And also when you're in that space of safeness, of feeling protected, of feeling nourished, that's when you also are your most creative. So there is this idea, this feeling that the not knowingness of where you're going right now with your goals, your dreams, your vision, if it's feeling a little bit blurry, or just you're not sure if it's working out, it's meant to be that way for a reason, to allow you to try different things and kind of just play around with it and have more fun than maybe you would have allowed yourself in the past. Now, I also love that this card, I am the weaver of my reality, is here, because I feel like this card is also reminding you that even though you may not feel like you know where the final destination is, most of us have this end goal in mind. And even though that end goal is constantly evolving a lot of times when it comes to our career or dream, right? I'm hearing that it's like, I'm not sure the how of where I'm getting, but I know where I want to go. And there's this questioning of this how showing up is making me question if the end goal is still the same, or if I'm going to end up at this end goal. So I feel like I am the weaver of my reality. This spider medicine here is here to remind you that you are indeed the one who has controls and reins of the web. And this creativity that's coming through, this playful disposition, this opportunity to reflect and to really look at your dreams and goals and aspirations and career is giving you this opportunity to weave your reality, whether you want to weave a different reality and create something new in this space, or whether you want to strengthen and continue down the same road that you've been on. There is this sense of understanding and knowing that each day, each moment, each silk that comes out of the spider's web made of silk, whatever the spider's web is made of, right? That is each of those little spinned parts of the web are coming from you and the decisions and choices you make that are indeed very powerful. And so I feel like this card is just reminding you of your personal autonomy. And even if you're in a situation, maybe you have a really big goal, maybe you have a really big dream, and maybe you feel really disempowered at times or unsure of where to even begin. This card is also giving me the sense of being in an energy right now overall of just really taking that first step, making those small steps, and really finding what works for you and playing with it and finding this is like, it could be someone who is working on a small business and really figuring out which product resonates with your consumer base. Or it could be that this somebody who has a typical 9-to-5 job and you really like the job, but at times it can just feel very routine, and you needing different aspects, things in your life to help you feel like you're working towards something bigger. Maybe you're going to create a club or an organization within your job that brings that play and fun back into the office space or whatever it is. There is a sense of these small steps that bring joy into your path, into your career, is going to really help you to weave the reality you want when it comes to your work, dream, goal, career, life. Okay, so the advice here is Tyler the Creator, the Fool, and then back of the deck is Tupac the Death card. So when I see these two cards, immediately I'm thinking that if this is somebody who might be making the decision, if you are in a spot right now where you are deciding on going on down a new path, if for some of you, you need to hear this message, this is confirmation that those thoughts that you've had about doing something differently, about changing careers, about starting a new project within your career. Maybe you've had some kind of project or collaboration with a business or organization that you weren't too sure of. Maybe it seemed risky. Maybe it's out of the ordinary of what you would do normally. These cards here come as advice that are kind of advising you to do the risky new beginning thing, to not be afraid to look like a fool. Maybe you need to put yourself out there more in terms of what it is that you want to do, especially if you are an entrepreneur of any kind. Maybe you sell yourself short, or you are harboring some really amazing ideas because you don't feel like they're refined enough, or you're not, you feel like it's a risk to put them out there. There's a sense of taking this road that is not well traveled by you yet. This is something new for you. So whatever that may be in your career, in your dream that feels a little risky or feels like a new beginning, you're being encouraged right now to take, and you're being encouraged with the Death card here to truly take in the changes that are happening in this sphere, the changes that would happen if you were to start this new career, or if you were to act differently in your current career, put yourself out there more, allow these transformations on an internal level to happen, to really level you up to where it is that you need to be, where it is that you need to go. There's this sense of currently right now, there is a lot of change and transformation happening in this sphere that may have you feeling like a fool, may have you feeling like, like you've never done this before and you're not sure if it's working. But this advice here is letting you know that this is where you ultimately are meant to be in this moment, and to trust the unfolding change in your life is what I'm hearing, and to allow yourself to, try new things, and to be, there's an innocent wonder to the Fool card, and a feeling of the sky's the limit, and eyes are big, and you're wandering out into the unknown with your nothing but a knapsack. And is that what it's called, knapsack? I feel like that's not the right word. Whatever this thing is called, and you are adventuring into this great unknown. And I feel like for many of the people who are watching this video, you've been on this journey for a really long time. So I do feel what I'm hearing now is that there's going to be a differing path, right? There's going to be some of you who have been on this specific journey for a really, really long time. You actually might have a hard time feeling the sense of newness, or feeling the sense of adventure when it comes to the dream goal career that you're on, because you've been working at it for so long, for so hard, and maybe too close to it to really see it from a bird's eye view, or to feel, a fresh perspective of it because you've been working so diligently. But then I feel like there's another group of you who are actually being encouraged to take a complete 180 pivot and do something completely different than what you've been doing already. And this is going to have you carving out a path, going down a path that you have not been down yet so far up into this point. So definitely fill out which one of those is resonating for you. But either way, for both parties, both groups who are receiving this tarot reading, there is this sense of doing something differently than what you've done before. Regardless of whether you've been on this path for a long time or you haven't, there is a sense of being brave and courageous, and allowing the transformation to come into your life, allowing yourself to kind of get dirtied up in the mud, and to scruff your knees, and to actively put yourself in places where you feel like you don't know what you're doing in your career, in your goal, in your dream, because currently the energy is asking for that new life, is asking for that fresh perspective, is asking for that new beginning. So placing yourself in environments, this could be moving to a new city for a job or a job opportunity. This could be starting, like I said, a completely new career that you would not have thought you have done before. This could be putting yourself out there in a way that you've been always afraid to, but always been kind of in the back of your head feeling like you need to do it, but afraid of what people may think, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And the card that came out for this advice card is also the higher perspective card. So I'm going to go ahead and read this card. Yeah, because this card came out yesterday on the live TN Tarot, which I did a general collective reading online on Instagram Live. You can find me at Moo Magic Flows on all platforms. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the link down, or the description down below. But this card came out for one of the readings, and I didn't read the description yesterday, so I feel like even more the fact that it came out again today, that I should read the description today here with you all. All right, it says higher perspective. As people who do their internal and spiritual work, we are less likely to be bogged down by drama or reactiveness that we know doesn't truly matter. But being human means that there are times that we can't help it. Sometimes it is easy to stay in a higher perspective and see all the moving pieces as they truly are. But sometimes life and the people around us are very good at sucking us into a space of limited vision. This card is asking you to see whatever situation you are experiencing resistance with from a space of higher perspective. Yeah, I feel like this is really advice for your dreams, your career, your ambitions, your goals. You know, like it gives me, again, like I feel like for most people watching this video, it's something you've been passionate about, something you've been working towards, but something that isn't easy to build career-wise and sustainability-wise for yourself. You know, you're really building it as you go and searching for that fulfillment along the way. And you may have had a lot of naysayers or people around you who have brought you down, or even limiting societal beliefs or family upbringings that make you feel like you're going to fail. Or even maybe you have actual family members who have told you, what are you doing? Like, you need to take the safe route. You know, this is a stupid idea. You know, whatever it may be. I feel like a lot of people watching this are very innovative or outside of the box type of thinkers. And because of that, you may have had many people doubt your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, and the career path that you're on, to the point where maybe it's caused you to have some doubt and caused you to struggle to not be brought down into their limited vision as well, limited perspective as well. This also is the feeling of someone who might be in like a very big job, like at a high level, but you know, you're looking for ways to bring yourself back into that space, or you know, be a voice for maybe people who don't usually have a voice in that space. And again, you're being met with this resistance from maybe the higher ups or people around you, and it has discouraged you from continuing that avenue. But I'm being told that this is something that is very important. This change and new beginnings that you're ushering in with your career is what I'm hearing. This is a very specific message for somebody right now. So if that doesn't resonate, don't try to make it resonate, but it felt really important to speak out, because I do feel like there's someone who's watching this video who is carving new pathways in their specific career vision, dream, ambition, whether you're you know, an artist, a businesswoman or business person, you know, whether you're working a regular 9-to-5 type of job, or whether you are carving a new path that hasn't been even thought of right now. I feel like there's someone specifically who's trying to bring something into the world that has not been done before, specifically for those who are typically not seen, heard, who are taken advantage of, etc. And so I really think it's important right now, this message is coming through for you to know that you have to keep the higher perspective. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to listen to me, but this is the messages that's coming through, is to remind you in a most loving, gentle way to keep that higher perspective, to remember what it is that you're doing this for, to remember that not everybody gonna see the vision, not everybody gonna see the light, and not to allow these naysayers to bring you down into a space of limited vision, or to bring down what it is that you're doing. I feel like that's very, very important, and a message that really wants to come through for someone specifically who's watching this right now. Whew, that came in with such ferocity, okay. All right, the last two messages here are the two last little affirmations. These are great for when you are, you know, working with this energy when it comes to your career, your ambition, your goals, whether you're working on a vision board, or whether you just wake up in the morning and you're writing down the goals for what you want to accomplish, or you're working towards smaller projects that are difficult and time consuming and, draining of your mental resources. I feel like there's this energy, this spirit of tapping into these affirmations. And the first one here is, there is medicine in my shadow. And the second one here is, I shed habits that hinder my truth. I release and renew. And I feel like these both go to speak to that death card energy and that full card energy of allowing yourself to kind of take the good and the bad and make diamonds out of that. You feel me? But also just in general, to take those things and not allow them to dampen your fire, but instead allow them to be fuel for your fire, and to continue to remember you are ever evolving on this path. And even if it feels stagnant, or it feels like you don't know where you're going back to that Wheel of Fortune energy, or you're not sure if your efforts are really making the difference that you want it to make, is, coming back to that sense of play can be very helpful during this time, and allowing yourself to remember that you're really doing the work. A lot of times when we're talking about our career, life, goal, ambition, for a lot of people, we're really talking about matters of our heart, our purpose, the things that really, we want to contribute to the world, and in the ways we want to contribute to the world. And so that can also take a lot of digging through our shadows to really understand the way we show up in the world, and the way in which some of the ways we show up in the world may be hindering us from getting where we want to go. So it can be a lot of inner work that is necessary when we're really trying to build the career dream life for ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and read this card, the Shadow. Light and shadow each play a vital role in our growth. The dark and deep is as valuable as the light and easy. When we accept that they coexist, we can embrace our shadow without letting it define us. As messengers of the night, owls navigate darkness with clear vision and instinctual wisdom. Owl is here to support your inner journey and awaken your ability to sense in the dark. Some of the greatest artists, healers, and teachers discover their most profound gifts in the realm of the dark. The medicine of your shadow taps you deep in your intuition, develops empathy, and is an important opportunity to turn weakness into strength. Know that this deeper feeling awareness will ignite an unwavering and powerful core within you. As you share your light, do not shun your shadows. Cultivate compassion for every shade of your being. Yeah, and I feel like this in general is for those who may have had a lot of progress, may have a lot of growth, but whenever an obstacle comes, may find themselves thrown back by that obstacle. I feel like this is just a reminder that those obstacles are all part of the journey, all part of the process. Light and dark are both equally important in this creation, going back to that feminine Empress energy. All right, the last card, I shed habits that hinder me from my truth. I release and renew. This card, I think, also really speaks to how important it is to have healthy mental habits and have a healthy mentality. I don't know if you all have ever heard that saying, that's mindset over, I think it was mindset over, I had a teaching coach who used to say this, mindset over work ethic, or mindset over skill set. It was mindset over skill set. So it's definitely giving me that vibe of having mindset over skill set. So if you feel any doubt, or feel like you maybe don't have the skills to do what it is that you want to do to be good enough for this career, maybe you go through imposter syndrome. I hear many of you, actually, this is a message that's coming through right now. I'm hearing that a lot of people who watch this video have really bad imposter syndrome and have been made to doubt their gifts and question their gifts and question their worth even. So if you battle with any of those things, what I'm hearing is that it's so important to have a healthy mindset and to focus on your mindset over your skill set. Although, Equally important to continue to work on your skill set, but don't allow yourself to be like, man, well, I'm not at this level yet and I'm never going to be, good enough as so-and-so, and start comparing yourself. Have a healthy mindset. It's more important than your skill set a lot of times, although both are important. Mindset is one of the most important things. All right, rebirth. When we've outgrown our old skin, we can shed the layers that no longer serve us. Certain habits reach an expiration date, giving us an opportunity to be renewed. Sometimes we're swept up by motivation to change, and other times you resist letting go. Snake is here to encourage you to shed, release, and renew. She represents transformation. There's transformation again. It goes back to that death card energy, primal energy, and life force, which all need to cyclically shed for true regeneration. This is your time for rebirth. Let go of habits, stories, behaviors, or relationships that hinder your truth, so you can experience an increased life force. If you hold on to them too tightly, they'll pollute the present. Your past has made you stronger and served its purpose, yet now it can serve you on a new and more aligned pathway. Trust that it is safe to shed and have a fresh start. Yes. And that goes to speak with the full card as well that came out earlier, is about trusting for yourself to have this fresh start, trusting for yourself to do this thing that is scary, this thing that feels unknown. I really, really feel that this is a time period when it comes to our careers, ambitions, dreams. We're all being encouraged to do the thing that we most want to do, but might be the thing that doesn't feel like the safe option, but it's something that our heart has been calling us to, and trusting that that net is going to appear. And even if it doesn't appear right away in the way that we think that it should, trusting ourselves that we are going to figure it out step by step in collaboration with the divine. So those are the messages that are coming through right now for the collective when it comes to career, dreams, goals, and ambitions. I want to thank your guides, my guides, and the divine for this space and time today. Thank you all again for vibing with me and for being here. If you like this content, like I said, follow me on social media at Moon Magic Flows, or join the Patreon down below. Check out my music as well. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.